Greetings, dudes, dudettes, witches, wizards, and mystical muggles alike. I am Dude the Wise, but please, just call me Dude. The headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry has kindly requested that I fill the Defense Against the Dark Arts professorship for the time being. But, as you may have noticed, I am not in the Enchanted Castle. Why is this so? After much deliberating amongst the Board of Governors, it was decided that the practical and prestigious discipline of which I shall be teaching you ought to be expanded to instruct more than just those who can make glass disappear at the zoo. For as Rufus Scrimgeour would put it,
"These are dark times, there is no denying.
Witches, wizards, muggles, and let's not forget, squibs, are all vulnerable to the forces of evil as they manifest in the rotting foundations of our shared world. Over the course of the past 5 years, we've all felt like Harry Potter barely hanging on to his bucking broomstick. Influences unknown to us, or that we just don't fully understand, have been quarreling to either keep us on or kick us off our brooms. Left largely defenseless against this war between the servants of light and darkness taking place in the stands surrounding us, we have been struggling to fly above the Quidditch field of life and are in imminent danger of falling to our deaths. We're halfway through the decade and are still holding on, but it's time for us to get a better grip, a firm seat on our brooms, so that we can get back to pursuing the Golden Snitch. So, in an effort to ensure that we can all achieve this end given our differing circumstances, the headmaster thought it would be best for Hogwarts' Defense Education Outreach Program to be stationed in the Muggle world. And that is why I'm speaking to you all from this inconspicuous trailer home instead of the castle. I have been granted the special privilege to operate to and from Hogwarts when I please, and also the use of a time turner to make sure that my students in both places have equal access to me. So rest assured, magical parents, that your children will not suffer neglect in the castle's corridors this year. If you desire to inquire into my history, then please feel free to peruse the Dudist Reformation playlist linked in the description below. While my past is undoubtedly checkered, you will see that it is nothing compared to the likes of my predecessors in this discipline. So have no fear of your children being carried away by Cornish pixies or transformed into ferrets, even if they deserve it. As for curriculum, I will not be teaching The Dark Forces, A Guide to Self-Protection by Quentin Trimble, or any of the other standard Defense Against the Dark Arts texts, for then muggles and squibs would be left out. No, instead, we will be studying the more broadly accessible works and ideas of such witches and wizards as J.K. Rowling, J.R.R. Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, Marcus Aurelius, Aldous Huxley, Alan Watts, George Orwell, Emily Dickinson, and the man of many men himself, Carter Brown, plus many more, to be sure. Practical defenses for how to deal with anxiety,
illusions of grandeur,
technology, prosperity, propaganda, spiritual warfare, etc. shall be derived from a wide array of books and moving pictures for the purpose of arming individuals, regardless of their background or ability, with tools and tactics to face our rapidly changing existence. So, like the boy who lived and Dumbledore's army, we're breaking the rules that have hitherto guided this field of study by meeting in places and learning things not ordinarily taught to students at Hogwarts or Harvard. As was already stated, I have the full support of the headmaster and the Board of Governors for this endeavor, but it has come to my attention from speaking to the surprisingly erudite trailer park boys who are my neighbors here that there are quite a few Umbridges in some areas of Muggledemia who would be very displeased to learn that their students are being taught this stuff. We'll just have to see how things go. But if my antics cause trouble, know that I will provide a lecture on how to cause more trouble by examining the exploits of Fred and George. Being a troublemaker is far from the top of my list of priorities, however, for trouble is what we are in. In the words of Neil Postman, we are in a race between education and disaster. And in the words of me, we're in the disaster, but we don't have to remain in it. We can, like the great wizards before us, wander out of the sea of fog, escape the darkness, and
step into the light.
this is going to take a lot of hard work, and more importantly, believing in ourselves. It will not be easy, but as the Chosen One says,
every great wizard in history has started out as nothing more than what we are now. Students. If they can do it, why not us?
now that is a full head of hair. Did you really think that Lord Voldemort's big, fat, book-inaccurate nose was going to flare its nostrils at you from the back of my skull? While your fearful suspicions in this instance are preposterous, your general skepticism is not. Herein lies our first defense against the dark arts lesson. Never trust anyone who stands in front of a classroom, on a stage, or on a screen, unless they have first earned that trust. This is the task before me that I must accomplish by acting and speaking truthfully to you. Unless my words and deeds have justified it, do not give me the benefit of the doubt. For Death Eaters are known to hide in plain sight.